Scorpio, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign. This is an energy reading, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. It is your message. And if you're not a Scorpio and this has popped up on your feed, this is absolutely your message because it would not come to you unless there was something here that you needed to hear. Divine timing is always at work. It shows up at just the right time. And this is where your message begins. We have a lot of cards on the table, so hold up. Was it this? I think this, there's a loss here of some sort of value or stability. This could be selling yourself too short, underpricing, undervaluing, being undervalued. Also loss, some sort of loss of finances, income, or stability that destabilizes you. It could be like selling a house as well. But if so, it would be like selling a house for less than it's worth. There's something here quite recent, I would say currently happening to you, not going to happen to you, but currently happening to you, where you're at the very least underwhelmed by offers that you're getting or efforts that somebody's making. But with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, it usually is a destabilization of something that was once very stable to you. This is in the past. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, feminine, doesn't have to be a female. Basically promises lost when it comes to, I'll take care of this, I'll maintain it. This will work out because I'll put the work in, I'll put the energy in. Somebody shorted somebody on work, effort, and energy. And that's why things have lost value or completely crumbled or fallen apart. This could also represent divorce. So here we are now in this moment. Mismanaged money, mismanaged funds, mismanaged value, mismanaged how somebody was treated. And that's why things have crumbled. Now, if they've not completely fallen apart, which they don't necessarily have to have, it's just that you're not valuing it the same way, you're not caring about it the same way, or you don't feel as cared for or as valued. So let's dig into this other pile of cards that came out. We have the High Priestess, so some sort of intuition is at play here. In fact, you can kind of start to see that there has to be some sort of rebalancing going on, that the universe is sort of reestablishing itself or recalibrating itself. We have Hierophant here, so this could be marriage or some sort of commitment, some sort of stability. It just feels like underlying there is something compromised, or you're recognizing it in time in order to turn it around or make other choices. Yes, for new opportunities, new discussions, new ideas. There could have even been something with like a text message. You know what I'm saying? Like finding or realizing, discovering some sort of small message or text message. Four of Pentacles, that kind of seals the deal and makes you realize something, almost like tangible proof, or that you have something in hand, or realizing that maybe you hold the cards to whatever this devaluation is. Nine of Cups, feeling really good about it, feeling happy, whole, complete. And then King of Wands, which is, these lights don't ever stay, sorry. It's okay. King of Wands, which is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy, usually masculine, taking action, being confident, being free. It's almost like you got out just in time, or the universe is sending you this message to get you out just in time, because something is degrading in what it was once worth, and ultimately you don't want to be involved or engaged with it. If you've been picking up on those vibes, then trust that intuition and move in the direction that not your curiosity, that that your creativity, that your strength, that your courage is pulling you in, because this will actually generate independence from not only for your world and for your life, but from this situation that seems to be crumbling as we speak. This is almost like happiness. Maybe you did this. Maybe it's time for you to take action. There's some sort of, like I said, heard text message because of that Page of Swords, some sort of text message that came in, email, some little maybe DM or something, some little phone call or something that you heard, something that you read that made you spiked your interest. Yes, spiked your interest. It could have been something in passing over the internet that spiked your interest in whatever it was, in something else, and sort of put control back in your hands, or made you realize something tangible. Maybe, like I said, gave you proof that you needed. And in a way, this is saying, when you have the Nine of Cups here, you're not sad about it. You're not ruined by this. You're not broken up by this reality. In fact, you're kind of liberated by it. So this is a liberation for you to go and, find your own sense of self again. Realize that you're independent of this, or that you can get independent of this, because you do have, trust your instincts, trust that inkling. Let me see what message. Hold on. I gotta find the right deck of cards. What was this message that came in? Or what was the guidance? Seven of Pentacles, that something had failed. The message was about something being a failure. Even if it was something that wasn't a message to you, but it was something online that you read, that something was a failure. Why? That something was going to keep going around and around and around and around in circles. And even though you had tried to work it, or work had been done on it, even if this is sitting outside of you, it's going to impact you. So it's like sitting outside of it, it was realization, or message, an article that you could have read that demonstrated the failure, that demonstrated that things weren't moving forward. There was no progress. And that's the aha moment for you to move on and start planning your escape route. Start planning a way to get out. This could be lovers here. So in other words, planning on moving on to another person or another situation, or planning on moving toward some sort of new partnership, or moving on with somebody, recognizing which person is maybe the right person for you, where you're drawn to, where you're pulled to. You're getting this message because you're not supposed to stay where you are. That's pretty much it. For right now, for what's come out. You're not supposed to stay where you are. You're supposed to move forward. And if you stay where you are, you're going to start to feel like you're in a loop or stuck. And it could be both you and the person that you're with. It's time to move on from something. Maybe it is a house. Maybe this is your message. This is your time. Sell the house, even if it's under what you paid, or not, you're not getting as much for it. It is time to move on. It's time to move forward. Intuitively, you're correct. It's almost like everything on the outside doesn't have to add up. You're getting these triggers because you know it's time to move. And it's time to move. And I don't want to tell you to undermine yourself. That's not it. It's almost like you might, if you don't move now, you might be undermined. Or let's just go for the metaphor. Say you're selling a house. It's almost saying if you don't sell it quick, you're going to lose a lot of money on it. You're not going to be able to, hold on. I don't necessarily think that's what it is. I feel like there's some sort of situation that you're getting out of because it wasn't it had to end. It had to break up. It wasn't going anywhere. Moving in this new direction is where you're going to find where you're being pulled to. The Lovers being present here, and the High Priestess, it's almost like intuitively you can feel yourself being pulled toward what the universe has destined for you. And yes, this is a world in which fate and free will are in an immortal and eternal dance, and that's how we stay balanced. So fate is pulling you, but free will says you have to choose. Will you go toward it? You will. This pull is feeling very strong, and there's some connection. It doesn't have to be romantic, but with the Lovers here, it is fated. It's destined. You're being pulled to meet somebody, to connect with somebody, to partner with somebody, to fall in love with somebody. You're being pulled, and it's going to take a little bit of trust from you, because right now intuition is the strongest thing you have. You've heard this little thing, this one thing. I don't want to, hold on, but it's a big thing. But let's get a moon card. Prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. That's intuition coming up. Now, new moon in Taurus, okay. Wow, stop everything. I saw this card, right? And I was about to say this. I was about to say, that's my dog, that there's a full moon in Taurus that's coming up. Full moon in Taurus happens every Scorpio season. We are now almost halfway through, more than halfway through Libra season. So Scorpio season is going to happen soon. We just had a full moon in Aries, so it's about 3 weeks out that I'm talking. But now we have a timestamp, right? I was going to say prosperity lies ahead. What did you start, or what did you begin on the new moon in Taurus? Now, hold on while I pull this other card. Look at the card that came out. The full moon in Taurus. This solidified it for me. This is a moon cycle. So this is a 6-month period. Something happened for you 6 months ago. And this is prosperity lies ahead, and now your dreams need a practical plan. So yes, you have been working on something, engaging on something, but now there is a technical, practical need to create or do something or move something, solidify something. So it's almost like this. If shit ain't working out now, or shit ain't moving forward by this time, then it's never going to move forward. Get yourself out of it and move on to the next, because it's blocking you, right? Be done with it. If not, this is a time when things start to actually prosper and grow. But what you're doing is you're receiving a message that's going to trigger you into understanding which that is, and how prosperity is actually going to manifest itself. So let's see how that is. Let's see what that is. Should we stay or should we go? Right? Should we stay or should we go? Oh, wow. Okay. There's been some confusion. This was the Aries moon that happened recently. There's been some confusion with regards to actions to take. Sorry, guys. Well, there's been some confusion with actions to take, with your authority over a situation, or how into this you should go or let yourself be. Then we have Wheel of Fortune way in. It's almost like, on some level, you don't completely have control over this. You don't. And then we have Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this was like somebody was really slow moving or didn't put any effort or energy in. It's like, that's why you weren't sure of somebody's real, true intentions for this situation. because they were always lethargic about it, lazy about it, not dedicated to it, which is like, you know, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles. No, somebody here, okay, it's telling you to get real. That's what it's telling you. If by now you haven't seen their level of commitment, they haven't put their money where their mouth is, they haven't put their time where their mouth is, they're not making plans and they're not making commitments, move the fuck on, because you are blocking yourself from what's really waiting for you, from what really was that partnership or that person that you're meant to be with. You don't want to stay in this place that you've sort of stagnated yourself and waited too long. This is that toggle point, and it's by the full moon in Taurus that I think you're going to be done with it, because you're going to see something is bullshit here. If somebody's not laying it down and placing their efforts and energies where they should, then you need to get the fuck out of there. And this, yes, 100%, this could be your job too. Like if you don't see that they're committed to signing on the dotted line the way that they promised you, or giving you that raise the way that they promised you, this is your sign to be practical over hopeful. This is your sign that you have all the signs and you need to get real and listen to them, that your intuition is starting to pull you in a different way, because now you know, and now you realize, and now you see this is not worth wasting more of your time on. And I think that there's going to be, happy birthday Doug Denny, more movement toward the practical and the true and the real, simply because you're done with the bullshit. You know, everything's got to be on the up and up now. This is a sense of you shouldn't be waiting around anymore, because the more you do, the more you get devalued. There's something here where maybe you've been devalued from the beginning of the situation. You just wanted it so badly. You thought either you could change it, or you didn't see all the signs that you had to see. There was sort of a smokescreen or confusion. Somebody offered you a lot of pizzazz that really never had any bang for the buck. And this wasn't that long ago. So ultimately now you're going to start saying, within the next 3 weeks, this is going to be put your money where your mouth is. And I don't mean that literally, that this has to be about money, but this is, okay, show me the receipts, show me the results, show me the real. Right? Because at this point, I'm going to need to know, because if you've been feeling like you've been wasting your time, or that you know, something that makes sense is like slipping it through your fingers, or that you've been going around and around, that you are. Somebody's jerking your chain, and it's time for you to call them on it. It's time. Just saying that. Oh, you know what it's time for? The extended reading. You want to hear more? I hope you do. The link is down below. I will see some of you there.